1988 Vauxhall Cavalier, 2 litre petrol, this one on a 5-speed manual gearbox on the E-Reg, in a light silvery blue. Bodyweight wise, I'm going to start off the bonnet, work our way around this lovely little Cavalier onto the interior, and then we're going to go for a nice cold engine startup. Up the bonnet itself, lovely and straight and tidy across the bonnet, all nice and shiny, no dings or dents. We've got a little bit of a hazy metallic light towards the right hand side. We're going to be fairly fussy to notice that. And all nice and tidy across the front scuttle there and underneath the windscreen, no corrosion coming through. Working our way down, well, it's obviously been painted, there is a few little marks in the paint there, like I say, a bit of hazy metallic light across the bonnet. Headlights are lovely and clear on both sides. Grill's all nice and intact, no cracks in the grill anywhere, bumper corners are all okay. Bit of a scuff to the plastic on the left hand side, which you can't see there. As we come across the front bumper, nice and tidy, a few stone chips here and there, we got a little bit of lattice peel stone chip down the front bumper, and again, right hand side we have got some scuffing to the plastic bumpers itself. As we come round onto the right hand side wheel arch and around the arch itself, no corrosion coming through, all nice and tidy down the lower half and nice and tidy across that front driver's wing. Again, a few little bits of imperfection in the paint there, a few stone chips towards the front and a little bit of a hazy metallic light on the lower half there, but all in all nice and presentable. Up onto the roof now, nice and tidy across the roof, nice and flat. We've got a few heavier scratches you can see in the paint on the roof there. It does want to polish. A very shallow dent towards the back there, which I've only just noticed in the right light there. No corrosion around the windscreen. Nice and tidy across the front with no corrosion around the windscreen or the sunroof. Sorry, get my words out there today. Again, a little bit of lighter scratching towards the front there on the roof, so I just want to polish in places. Wing mirror cap is uncracked on both sides. As you come down the right hand side front driver's door there, nice and tidy there, a few little stone chips here and there, but all nice and tidy across the lower half. No corrosion coming through on the bottom edge of the doors, no heavy scratching around the lock or the handle, and a few lighter scratches towards the back edge of that driver's front door. Coming back onto the rear door now, again a few little stone chips here and there in the paint, but nothing too untoward at all. Down the back edge of the door, a few little chips out the back edge there of the door, but nice and tidy around the rear arch, no corrosion coming through towards the front section. A little bit of a dent there and some light scratching, and further back there obviously had some paint work. We've got a little bit of bubbling towards the rear of the right hand side arch, and the fuel cap sort of sitting a little bit far back. There's a slightly different colour. As we come round onto the rear quarter on the right hand side, across the rear lights, nice and tidy all the way across the rear lights with no cracking. Bumper corner's good with only a little bit of a mark on the corner itself, not bad at all. Plastics are all nice and straight all the way around, and again a little bit of a mark on the left hand side bumper. Nice and tidy across the boot lid itself. No corrosion coming through around the locks or around the badges. Around the rear screen, lovely and fresh as well. No corrosion coming through at all around the rear window. Coming down the left hand side rear quarter, again nice and tidy down the left hand side, and around that rear arch, no problems towards the back, but as we come forward, we've got a little bit of a scuff there, which you can see has been touched in on the rear arch there. We've got a few little bits of bubbling just above that. Coming forward onto the rear arch on the left hand side, we will see some corrosion starting underneath the paint on the lower half. A little bit on the door there, there's a little bit of a bubbling there on the door, and a slight shallow dent there on that left hand side rear door. Across the lower edges, bit of flatness to the paint there, but all nice and tidy across the lower edges of the door, working up onto the passenger front door, and again nice and tidy across the front door. A little bit of colour discrepancies, obviously had some paint work here and there over the years. Wing mirror cap again is uncracked on the left hand side, and the front wing's nice and straight and tidy around the arch all the way across there, nice and level down the left hand side there. Like I said, it has had some paint work in places. Onto the interior now, grey cloth in here. Driver's door card, lovely and tidy on the door card there, nice and straight across there, no heavy scratching to the plastic or heavy wear to the cloth. Seats themselves showing the right amount of wear for the year and the mileage, with no rips or tears at all to that driver's seat anywhere. A little bit of creasing on the lower half of the bolster there, a little bit of wear to the side bolster, but no rips or tears, a little bit thin on the cloth. And you'll see across the dashboard, we've got no cracks at all, nice and tidy. It's showing 5,444, that is 105,000. Carpet sets nice and tidy, headlighting's lovely and clean with your little sunblock on the sunroof as well. Steering wheel nice and tidy also. Right hand side rear, again door card nice and tidy, no rips or tears. Got electric rear windows as well. Nice and tidy across that whole rear bench seat, no rips or tears, nasty smells, cigarette burns or anything like that across the rear. Carpet sets are lovely and clean in the back also. Onto the boot now. Parcel shelf, you'll see, is all intact, no nasty holes in the parcel shelf. Boot carpet's lovely and tidy in the boot carpet there. I think it wants a new lid. We've got a temporary lid on there for the rear washer, I believe. Lift up the boot floor there with my fat hands, if I can get it up there. Quite a heavy one, that, James.
Please try and lift the spare wheel as well.
All nice and clean and tidy in there with the 5th matching spare wheel toolkits all there as well. Left hand side rear, again same condition on the rear, lovely and tidy across the door card with no scratching to the plastics, and lovely and tidy on the rear seat from the left hand side, lovely and clean, no cigarette burns or nasty smells at all in there. Left hand side front, and again nice and tidy on the front seat. That's a funny looking seat, front door card, no heavy scratching of the plastic, a little bit of wear to the grab handle on this side with a little bit of scratching just to the grab handle, which is to be expected. And that passenger seat, again, minimal wear really for the year and the mileage, no rips or tears, a little bit of creasing to the cloth on the insert swabs, but that's to be expected. Engine bay now, like I say, it's a 2-litre petrol engine, this one, all nice and tidy in there. Strut tops looks to be nice and clean as well. James has got to fire it into light. It's cold start up. There we go. That was human error on the first turn over there. James will be having a meeting tomorrow about him not being able to start a car. But apart from that, it's ticking over nice and happy. No nasty noises, no rattles, crunks or bangs at all from that there. Nice and fresh. And there you have it, the 1988 Vauxhall Cavalier 2-litre petrol 5-speed manual.